All right, in this section we're going to be evaluate polynomial functions, but before we evaluate, we are going to determine if functions are polynomial functions or not. All right, so in order to determine if it's a polynomial function, the first thing you have to do is look at all the exponents. Are the exponents whole numbers? All right, whole numbers are another word we can think of as positive integers. All right, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Right? So all exponents have to be positive integers. And then the second step you have to check is, are all the coefficients real numbers? Okay. If both are true, then it's a polynomial function. All right. If one of these is false, then it's not a polynomial function. So for example, 6x squared plus 2x to the negative 1 plus x. All right. Well, first of all, let's look at the exponents. Here we have an exponent of 2. Here we have a negative 1. Since this is a negative, remember we have to have positive. Since this is a negative, this is not a polynomial function. Let's look at another example. X cubed plus 3 to the x. All right, this first step we have to do is look at the exponents. Here we have a 3, which is positive. Here we have an x. Well, that means x can be anything. So that can be negative, it could be positive, it could be imaginary. So therefore, this is not a function because you cannot have a variable in the exponent. So also you can include in this is that should be no variables in the exponent. Let's look at one more example. Let's look at 2x plus 3/5 x to the 4th plus 9. All right, this one is, hang on, this is not a function. All right, let's look here. Exponent is 1, exponent is 4. So they're the only ones with exponents, and they're both positive. So therefore, it passes the first test. All right, looking at the second test, are the coefficients 2 and 3/5. Are they real numbers? Well, remember, everything's real except if you have a negative inside a radical. If you have a negative inside a radical, then it becomes imaginary or a non-real. So anything other than that will be considered a real number. These are real numbers, so therefore it passes both parts. So therefore this is, yes, it is a polynomial function. Let's look at another one. X squared times square root of 2 plus x minus 5. All right, exponents, we got a 2 and a 1. They're positive. All right, so that works. Let's look at the coefficients. That's real, and the coefficient here is 1. That's real. So therefore, this is a polynomial function as well. All right, let's look at one more. Negative 6x squared plus x minus 3 over x. All right, exponents, positive, positive, positive. All right, we're good there. Let's look at the coefficients. All right, that's real, that's real. All right, and this is real. But you notice here we have a variable in the denominator. All right, so therefore this is not a polynomial function just because we have a variable in the denominator. So let's go back to the beginning again. So exponents have to be whole numbers. There also should be no variables in the exponents, and there should be no variables in the denominator. of a fraction. All right. So if it passes all this, then it's a polynomial function.